Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. How to do it. The internal guiding models that shape your feelings, motivation, and choices, and how energy psychology can modify them for your benefit are the central themes of this book. The guiding models that move you forward or hold you back. Chapter 1. Energy psychology is a groundbreaking approach for upgrading your guiding models to support you in overcoming what has limited you and stepping more fully into your highest possibilities. The scope of the human mind is dazzling. Out of it came the logic of Aristotle, the plays of Shakespeare, the music of Mozart, the sculptures of Michelangelo, and the non-violent revolutionary actions of Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Such achievements are possible because of our ability to construct extraordinarily sophisticated internal models of reality, to rely on them as maps for navigating our way through the world, to use them as springboards for our imagination, and to continually update them. For an example of how guiding models work culturally, you may have noticed that the above examples are all men. Not so fast. A compelling argument has been set forth that Emilia Bassano, a trailblazing Elizabethan-era poet, penned the Shakespeare plays but didn't receive credit because women couldn't be identified as playwrights in England's 1600s. How many extraordinary contributions by unsung women do we not know about? Apropos of that little thought experiment, we move into our discussion of the models of reality we tend to assume to be accurate and reliable, and how to change them when they are proven to be outdated or otherwise flawed. Gilding models contain lessons from your past, strategies for the present, and anticipations about the future. They shape the way you view your life, the way you feel about what you see, and what you do about it. They use your capacities for abstraction, symbolism, and inner vision to fashion a dynamic understanding of your circumstances and novel expressions of who you are. And they are extraordinarily flexible. One of the great strengths of your mind is its ability to reflect on itself and to make changes based on new information as well as on faults you are able to discern. You can shift your guiding models in ways your dog or cat can't. It's not that Fido and Felix don't have guiding models or an internal logic that is a product of their inherited brain structures modified by their experiences. They do. To illustrate with a somewhat tongue-in-cheek example, the British journalist Christopher Hitchens, reflecting on the eternal debate about cats or dogs, observed, "Owner of dogs will have noticed that, if you provide them with food and water and shelter and affection, they will think you are God. Whereas owners of cats are compelled to realize that, if you provide them with food and water and shelter and affection, they draw the conclusion that they are God." Fido and Felix live according to their guiding models without a lot of internal debate. They don't question whether what they are doing makes sense or could be done better. They don't wonder if they have blind spots. They simply update their internal realities based upon how the world reinforces or punishes them for the behaviors that emerge from their existence internal models. We, however, not only respond to environmental and social feedback, but we also use our critical faculties to purposefully modify the guiding models that govern our choices and worldview. We may not be responsible for the world that created our minds, observed the Hungarian-Canadian physician Gabor Mate, but we can take responsibility for the mind with which we create our world. A single concept with many names. Examining how these invisible guiding models develop and function has been, not surprisingly, of great interest to psychologists. Guiding models are known variously as cognitive structures, cognitive schema, cognitive maps, internal representations, private constructs, knowledge structures, life scripts, personal mythologies, interpretive frameworks, mindsets, or inner theories of reality. Different psychologists have different takes on these models and how they work, but they share some common features. Guiding models are internal representations of reality that provide understanding and direction. Your psyche constructs them based on a mix of your temperament, culture, and unique life experiences, usually outside your conscious awareness. They direct your thinking, feeling, and behavior. They provide the mechanism by which you filter and store new information. They are generally quite stable but can be revised or updated throughout your life, sometimes spontaneously, sometimes with deliberation. You will be working with your guiding models throughout the book. Because guiding models operate largely beneath the surface of consciousness, they are not always easy to recognize. In fact, you might not be able to name a single one, even one that plays a central role in your life. Try that now. Based on what you've read so far, name 3 guiding models that shape your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Here are 6 examples, 3 with empowering guidance and 3 with corresponding but disempowering. I'm great in emergency. I buckle in emergency. My kids respect me for my firm and fair rules. My kids walk all over me. People naturally trust me. People are suspicious of me. It may be sobering to realize that such underlying models are often calling the shots, even when you think you are operating out of free will.